Hey, folks, morning, or should I say afternoon. I have got a few clips that I'm going to bring to you. I cut up from a couple of different Fox News feeds, and it involves a little more information about Hunter Biden. Everybody knows James Comer the other day on Maria Bartiromo, the previous video I made, said we have got the smoking gun evidence. We have got three new corroborating witnesses that were actually a part of the whole Biden crime syndicate. We've got Mr. Bobulinski that said 10% for the big guy. We got the words right out of Joe Biden's mouth about you're going to have to fire the guy, and the son of a bitch got fired over the $1 billion, and that was about prosecution of his son Hunter while he was dealing with Burisma. Now, these are just little pieces of the puzzle, but all this stuff is starting to unfold. James Comer this morning said, as a matter of fact, he says, not only China do we have proof that the Bidens were dealing with China, they were also dealing with Ukraine and Russia, and it's not just Joe Biden and Hunter Biden. It's some more Bidens. And if you stick around to the end of the video and listen closely, you may be able to guess who it is. I will tell you before the end of the video. So until then, let's just keep you in suspense and jump into this first clip on the video, and then I will comment on it. But listen closely. There's two lots of good news in this first segment.
Committee issuing subpoenas for three of Hunter Biden's business partners' bank records, and it says one of them received millions of dollars from friends of the Chinese Communist Party.
Brooke Singman joins us now with the latest. Hey, Brooke.
Hey, guys, that's right. The House Oversight Committee subpoenaed Bank of America for more than a decade of financial records belonging to three of Hunter Biden's business associates. So far, we've learned the identity of one of those partners, Rob Walker. Now, he worked with the president's son, brother, and two other business associates on a joint venture called Sinohawk Holdings. That venture hoped to form a partnership with CEFC, a Chinese energy company. Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer revealing what he's learned from Walker's records turned over by Bank of America. Listen.
We got his account. We confirmed that account around 2 months after Joe Biden left the office of vice president, received a $3 million wire from two individuals directly associated with the Chinese Communist Party. The very next day after that wire was received, the Walker account started transferring money into three different Biden family members.
Learned the panel is.
All right, folks, did you hear what he said right there? There was two lots of news in that one piece of information right there. And there's also another lot of news at the end of the video. He says, we have got the bank transaction proven they were dealing directly with China, CEFC, the energy company. And just days after we tried to get this information, they went to trying to do the cover-up. That was the last part of what he said. He said they went to moving funds around in a hurry, and that set up red flags as well. And that exposed them a little more. Basically, they've proven why all these SARS reports have happened in the past and are still continuing to happen. Is because once they figured out the Bidens figured out they were under investigation, they started shuffling this money around in as many directions as they could, which sent up red flags. Now, there is a little clip here. This guy here, he's another Fox correspondent. Now, I don't like the way he phrases the last of his sentence. It's only about a 15-second clip, but go ahead and listen to what this guy says here, and we'll discuss that as well.
Is already receiving documents from the bank that have, quote, opened new avenues of investigation about the Biden family's business. The top Democrat on the committee says Republicans are conducting a roving inquisition of a private citizen.
A roving inquisition. That is what Jamie Raskin said. That he was just quoting Jamie Raskin, and that is the type mentality the Democrats have got going, because they are trying to cover for Sippy Cup and his son, and probably a lot of the Democrats that were involved in on this same nefarious sell our country out ideology that involves everybody censoring down, tapping down on the information, calling it a lie, and trying to prevent real investigations from people like Mr. Comer. Now, all that is a meltdown and a bunch of hot air gaslighting from Jamie Raskin. I didn't want to bring you all that clip. He has never nothing truthful to say. But at any rate, there's several of the Democrats that are just flipping out because of the fact this is all leading back to possible impeachment of Joe Biden. I think that's maybe even on the ticket before this is over. I'm looking at more like criminal charges is what I'm looking forward to seeing for all these Bidens involved. And if you stick around to the end, you'll find out about the new Biden in the mix. Now, I will say a little more about that. Now, this is Tony Bobolinsky's little short clip. Tony Bobolinsky, he was talking about how 10% for the big guy, which is H, right here on the actual feed on the email or text message, should I say. The TB is Tony Bobolinsky, 10 for Jim Biden, and 10% for H. And I'm assuming this was a deal that Hunter set up, so he probably got his money right off the top. Let's go ahead and get into it. In case y'all forgot, this was some of the most damning evidence to come out a while back, and the Democrats are still trying to ignore it.
And it says Jim, and then it has 10% for the big guy held by H. I 1,000% sit here and know that the big guy is referencing Joe Biden. That's crystal clear to me because I lived it. I met with the former vice president in person multiple times, and I had been meeting and talking with Hunter Biden and Jim Biden and Rob Walker and James.
3 different Biden family members.
You hear that? He was giving it up. Bobolinsky was literally giving it up. He told us he actually discussed this in Congress, and he told this to the FBI as well. The FBI didn't want to hear it, but it's coming out now, and it will be used as evidence, as one piece of evidence against this Biden crime syndicate. Now, they said we've now got 3. I'm going to back this up just a little bit. James Comer says we now have got 3 Bidens plus 1. Now, listen to the statement, what he says here. Now, I'll tell you who the 4th person is here directly. Go ahead and skip on past this real quick. Okay.
3 different Biden family members' accounts, including a new Biden family member that's never before been identified as someone being involved in the influence peddling scheme. So this is very serious information that we've received, very troubling information. It does show a pattern that the Biden family was receiving money directly from China. And the question I have, Sean, is what were they doing in return for that money?
What were they doing in return for that money? That's the $1 million question. The other $1 million question, who is the other Biden? Well, I could tell you who the other Biden is. There's been all these reports about the document dumps and Biden having documents in 5 different locations, including his garage and at the Biden Penn Center, and to another office, including the Penn Center, that had Chinese business associates working right down the hall in the same exact building. And when all these stories dropped a few weeks back, we found out that Joe Biden as well had keys to these facilities and I guess to these offices as well. And it was just kind of a quick story that come in and come out. And I wondered, why does Joe Biden have keys to these particular offices? What would be her role in this? Well, I'm guessing the Bidens have got not just a bag man, but a whole bag lady and a whole family of bags. I don't know how else to put it, but we got Jim, Joe, Hunter, and now it looks like Jill Biden, all involved in being bag men, uh, stealing our energy, selling it out, should I say, to foreign entities, starting with China, and we know Ukraine, and a couple other countries, Russia, and probably who knows how many more will all be exposed in a matter of time. It's the bank records that we've only got a couple of bank records at this point, but they have already been able to tie so much of this stuff together behind it. And they said there is over a dozen different banks that have bank records that they are in process of subpoenaing in order to put this story together in a more accurate light. And I cannot wait. That is the best answer as far as I can tell. Now, like, subscribe, and share to Vote Patriots. Tell me what you think about this. And I'm with James Comer on this. What were they doing for the money? I mean, all this influence peddling has got to be for a sole purpose, and I would guarantee you it's something involving the long game with our energy sector. It's buying and selling solar panels and wind farms and foreign technology to us as part of our Green New Deal versus using our own resources, and as a part of this, selling our own resources directly to these other countries, not just for a little while, but this has been going on since the beginning of Barack Obama's term. And so we're talking, this has been going on probably 12, 16 years now, going on 16 years now. It is all a crying shame. It's been going on for so long, but it does look like we are going to get some exposure out of this. We are going to get to the bottom of this. The American people will know just how corrupt the Biden family is before all this is said and done. And hopefully, this will be enough of a black mark on the Democrat Party for being a part of this, for pandering to this woke mob of climate activists that actually boils down to 10% for the big guy and the entire Biden family. And that's what everybody needs to know about. Not just us conservatives listening to channels like this, but everybody that thinks that the Bidens are all right. The Chinese are all right. They're not bad folks. Well, everybody's got to learn differently, folks. And I'm just glad James Comer is standing right at the front of the line, pointing out these things and trying to get to the bottom of this. And I believe this is the year we do it. 2023 is going to be a rocky road for the Democrats. Behind a dozen investigations, and this is just one. Uh, I think it's going to be an action-packed year. I love it. I love it. I'm ready for the exposure. So when 2024 comes around and we have opportunity to take the Senate back as well, we will actually get to changing the rules and getting some people out of office as needed. I'm talking about all those three-letter agency idiots that got to go, like Trump said the other day. When he gets back in, he is going to have to clean house, in so many words. That's all I got for you, folks. Like, subscribe, and share to Vote Patriots. Everybody have a great day. Over and out.